What's up, everybody? Brian Mann here, Hands-On Auto Training. I wanted to share with you guys a clip of last week's premium member meeting. This was February 9th, 2023. Guys, this is just a small clip of the hour-long meeting we had going over part of a diagnostic process. Specifically, in this case, this is a 2019 Cadillac Escalade with a C0298 code for the park brake circuit. This vehicle has some other issues that are much more complex, and I'm still diving into those myself, but I want to share with you this process. So let's dive in and take a look. But the main code that I'm going after here is a C0298 08. Now, I want to go ahead here. We're going to hit up some live service information so I can show you guys what's going on. Let me get this over here. Guys, are you able to see the GDS2 picture or global
Yes,
diagnostics? Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, so this is my pre-scan report when I initially got here on site. I want to scroll down. You can see we've got a code in the parking brake module, a code in the body control module, 3 codes in the active safety control module, 1 code in the media disc player, 1 code in the liftgate control module. We had a code in the parking assist control module, and let's take a look at the actual codes. We had a right turn signal open. We had to put a bulb in it. Not a big deal. Invalid data from the electronic brake control module. This is what the power steering control module is saying. And we have this 1 code, this parking brake control module, park brake unlatched switch circuit is open, or signal invalid. Liftgate control module, and all these other ones. We see these codes here, or most of these are all not current, they're all history. Guys, I went ahead and cleared all the codes, and the only code that I had come back was this C0298. Okay. Now, if you look at this C0298, here is the description and operation of this thing. The 298-08 is park brake latch circuit performance signal is invalid. I do like these little charts here. These are kind of nice sometimes, because if you kind of find wherever that 298-08 pops up, it kind of gives you an idea what might be a problem. It's very, very nice in that respect. But I read this circuit description and operation. I took a look at what was going on here, and I read this parking brake control module detects the plier release button was activated for 90 seconds. It's kind of saying all this stuff, and there's a lot of baloney if you wanted to do all the tests that they say to do. So, guys, I'm always looking for an easy point of access, and if we can learn how a system works, or at least grasp the basics of it in our head, I mean, in my opinion, it makes a lot more sense. So here's what I did, and you can call it right or wrong. That's okay. I got thick skin. I'll take it. So here's a color diagram. Let me get it blown up and get in a point where we can see it kind of decent. We've got this over here. We've got this park brake control module. It's at the rear of the bumper. Okay. And we also have a park brake control switch. And first of all, I'll tell you, I'm relatively lazy. I like easy stuff. This park brake switch was not too hard to get to at all. Now, there is a couple of connectors. I'm going to blow this up just so you can see. Connectors are always easy access points to circuits. If it crosses my mind sometimes, depending on where these X185 or X225 are. I don't mind going there. But that being said, I wanted to go to this park brake control switch, and there's a lot of wires down here, and I'm just sharing with you guys kind of my thought process of how I went about this. There's a bunch of wires, and the switch looks like kind of complex to me. It looks like there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know exactly how it works, but to figure out how this switch works, we kind of got to go back the other way. We got to follow these wires up to the other side here, and kind of get on the same screen. I want you to see that there's one yellow wire right here. Maybe it'll highlight for me. There you go. That is a supply voltage. I'm like, okay, cool. I like supply voltages. I mean, do I know what the supply voltage is supposed to be? At this point, just from looking at a diagram, maybe not. Is it 5 volts? Is it 8 volts? Is it 12 volts battery voltage? I don't know. However, I will tell you that, that's an easy one to get to. So I popped this switch out, and let me go over here. Let me minimize this. I went ahead and popped this switch out, and I tested with my multimeter right here. Now, like I said, I don't know what I'm supposed to have. However, I do know that I should have something, and I had 2.3 volts. I'm like, wow. Supply voltage, 2.3 volts. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. I don't know. However, I will tell you guys that if I went ahead and clicked the switch, hit that release button, it went to 1.2 volts. Now, hey guys, I have to take a timeout right here because I can't stress how important it is to understand what you're looking at on your multimeter, even if you don't know what you're supposed to be looking at. I didn't know in this instance exactly what I should have. I usually teach that, hey, I like to know exactly what I should have before I go testing, but a supply voltage should be a supply voltage, and it should remain constant. When we have a voltage that's changing on our multimeter as we press a switch, and that's a supply voltage that's changing, I know there's a problem, guaranteed. There's something going on here. Now, I would not ever expect a supply voltage to drop by hitting a switch. I mean, you guys can hop in there and let me know what you're thinking, but at least that's my train of thought. So right away, I'm like, okay, I got to figure out this silly wire here, figure out what's going on. We got 1.2 volts here. This is no good, right? So I wanted to go back into my my diagram real quick, figure out where the heck to go. We know we want to go to this yellow wire back here because I found out I didn't know where these connectors were, quick and easy, but I did find this thing hangs right underneath the bumper, and I want to go to this terminal N, and it's a yellow wire, and I know it's going to be next to a white and blue wire. So at this point, that's kind of what I did, and this is what I found. There's our culprit right there. Now here's a little screenshot overlay showing you how I found that. Here's our white and blue terminal P, and if you look at how this connector is, we could get a connector end view if we needed to, but A is this big fat red and white right here. B is this yellow and red, and then C, D, E, F, G, H. H is this one, this big black wire, I believe, and then we have J, which is empty, and we got K and L, which is white. M, I'm just going down a list here, and then there's our yellow. So guys, I back drove this. I had 12 volts, approximately 12 volts. I don't remember exactly what it was. We fixed this. I was lucky enough to find another terminal from another connector that I had laying around, got this thing fixed up. So there you have it. This was a pretty simple diagnosis. If you want to learn more about basic electrical testing, be sure to check out the core subscription package or core membership at handsonautotraining.com. It's only $10 a month. It's in the description. I appreciate all the support. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.